blood, chaos, an ambulance racing away from the KFC Yum Center, and one of WWE's biggest stars lying motionless on the concrete floor, his WrestleMania dreams seemingly shattered before our eyes. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not tonight. Not 24 hours before the Elimination Chamber. But when you dig deeper into what really went down backstage on SmackDown, when you connect the dots that WWE doesn't want you to see, you'll realize this attack on Jey Uso wasn't random at all. It was calculated. It was personal. And the person responsible might shock you more than you think. Before we reveal who really took out the main event, smash that like button. Drop a comment with your theory about who attacked Jey. And if you love wrestling as much as we do, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another bombshell like this. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for every second of this. The footage hit social media before SmackDown even went on the air. WWE officials scrambling, superstars crowding around someone on the ground, medical personnel rushing in with urgency written all over their faces. And then we saw him, Jey Uso, the man who just earned his spot in the Elimination Chamber by defeating Bronson Reed and El Grande Americano on Monday Night Raw. The man who was supposed to compete for a championship opportunity at WrestleMania 42. Laid out. Destroyed. Looking like he'd been put through the backstage set itself. When SmackDown opened, it wasn't with the pyrotechnic display or a superstar entrance. It was with pure, unfiltered chaos. Cameras caught Jey being loaded into an ambulance, his body broken, his face etched with pain. And standing there, fury radiating from every pore, was Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, Jey's own cousin, pointing at SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis, demanding answers, screaming for justice. "Find out who did this," he roared. The raw emotion was palpable. This wasn't just another storyline beat. This felt real. This felt personal. And that's because, in many ways, it is. Here's what WWE wants you to focus on. The mystery. Who attacked Jey? Was it Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion who's been manipulating every qualifier like a puppet master? Was it Logan Paul, desperate to steal Jey's spot? Was it even Jacob Fatu himself, playing the concerned cousin while secretly orchestrating the whole thing? The smoke and mirrors, the classic whodunit angle that wrestling has perfected over decades. But here's what they don't want you thinking about. The timing, the circumstances, the real reason this had to happen tonight. Let's rewind to Monday Night Raw. Bronson Reed wasn't supposed to win that qualifying match. According to multiple sources, Reed was originally planned to secure that chamber spot. Reed was supposed to dominate, to bulldoze his way into that match, to be the monster that everyone would have to overcome. But then reality crashed into WWE's carefully laid plans. During that qualifier, Bronson suffered a torn bicep, a legitimate career-altering injury that would require surgery and months of recovery. WWE had to call an audible on the fly. They had Jey pin El Grande Americano with a spear and a splash, and suddenly, the main event was chamber-bound. But here's where things get interesting. Creative didn't want Jey in that match. They scrambled, sure. They made it work in the moment. But behind the scenes, the wheels were already turning. How do we get out of this?
How do we reset the board? How do we get back to our original plan without making it obvious that this was never the intended direction? The answer came in the form of a mystery attacker and an ambulance ride that conveniently writes Jey out of the biggest match of his recent career. Think about the pattern. Jacob Fatu, Jey's own blood, was attacked backstage in October of last year. Found bleeding, several teeth knocked out, looking like he'd been through a war. He missed 3 months. 3 months! And during that time, do you know what happened? Nothing. The attacker was never revealed. Drew McIntyre denied it. The mystery remained unsolved. Fatu eventually returned, guns blazing, attacking both Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre in a cage match, but the question of who took him out was swept under the rug like yesterday's news. Now, that same pattern is repeating itself with Jey. The parallels are too obvious to ignore. WWE has a history of using real-life injuries and circumstances to fuel storylines. When Fatu needed dental surgery, 11 teeth pulled from the back of his mouth, WWE wrote him off with a brutal attack angle. It gave them cover, it gave Fatu time to heal, and it created intrigue that kept fans talking for weeks. With Jey, the situation is different, but the blueprint is the same. Real-life circumstances, whether it's an injury, a scheduling conflict, or a creative direction, get masked behind the drama of a mystery attack. It's brilliant storytelling, but it's also manipulation of the highest order. Here's what we know. Logan Paul, with his manager Paul Heyman and Austin Theory by his side, immediately started lobbying Nick Aldis for Jey's spot. Not 5 minutes after Jey was wheeled out, there's Logan flexing his biceps, making his case. Convenient, isn't it? Jacob Fatu also demanded inclusion, promising to end Drew McIntyre's reign if given the chance. Two men ready to pounce the moment opportunity knocked. And what did Aldis do? He made them fight for it. Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu in the main event, winner takes Jey's chamber spot. But even that match was tainted. A masked man appeared, attacking Austin Theory at ringside. Logan ripped off the mask, revealing just some random nobody underneath. A decoy. A distraction. And while everyone was focused on that chaos, Drew McIntyre himself slithered out from the shadows and cracked Jacob Fatu across the skull with the WWE Championship belt. Logan rolled him up, 1, 2, 3, and just like that, the Maverick is in the Elimination Chamber and Jey Uso's WrestleMania dreams are on life support. So who really attacked Jey? Was it McIntyre, the man who's been pulling strings and destroying anyone who threatens his title? The man who's denied involvement before but was absolutely involved in screwing Fatu out of the chamber spot? Was it Logan Paul, who had the most to gain and was ready with Paul Heyman's pitch within minutes of the attack? Or was this something deeper? Something involving WWE management realizing they needed to course correct after Bronson Reed's injury forced their hand?
Here's the cold, hard truth that no one wants to say out loud. Sometimes the mystery attacker isn't a person at all. It's creative. It's the writer's room deciding that the story works better without Jey Uso in that match. It's WWE protecting their long-term booking by removing a variable they didn't plan for. Jey was never supposed to be in this match. Reed's injury forced him in, and now 24 hours before Chamber, they've found a way to write him back out and insert someone who fits their vision better. Whether that's Logan Paul or someone else entirely remains to be seen, but the pattern is clear. And here's the kicker. This might not be about who attacked Jey at all. This might be about setting up an even bigger story. Think about it. Jacob Fatu's attacker was never revealed. What if that's because the reveal is coming at Elimination Chamber? What if the same person who took out Fatu is the one who took out Jey? What if this mystery spans months, connecting dots we didn't even realize were there? And what if the person behind it all is someone we've been overlooking this entire time? Some people are whispering that it could be Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate recently issued a WrestleMania challenge to the entire roster. Could he be inserting himself into the title picture by eliminating competition one by one? Others point to Sami Zayn, who's been unraveling mentally, snapping at people, flipping tables, descending into madness. Could the former honorary Uso have turned on his own family? There are even theories about Randy Orton, about Aleister Black, about people we haven't even considered yet. The possibilities are endless, and that's exactly what WWE wants. But let's be real. Drew McIntyre is the most obvious answer. He's the champion. He benefits the most from chaos in the chamber match. He's been interfering in every qualifier, manipulating outcomes, playing mind games with everyone from Cody Rhodes to Jacob Fatu. He sent that masked decoy to ringside tonight. He personally ensured Fatu didn't make it into the chamber. And while he's denied attacking Jey, when has Drew McIntyre ever told the truth when it didn't serve his interests? The beauty of this angle is that it doesn't matter who physically attacked Jey Uso. What matters is the story WWE is telling. A story about opportunity stolen, about family torn apart, about the lengths people will go to secure their spot on the grandest stage of them all. Jey Uso was on the cusp of a WrestleMania moment. He could taste it, and in one brutal, violent instant, it was ripped away from him. Now he's in a hospital somewhere. Jacob Fatu is out for blood, and the mystery continues to deepen. When Jey returns, and he will return, the fallout is going to be nuclear. Whether it's a chamber, at WrestleMania, or in the weeks following, someone is going to pay. The Bloodline doesn't forget. The Bloodline doesn't forgive. And main event Jey Uso has proven time and time again that he's not the type to let something like this slide. The question isn't if he'll get revenge, it's when. And who will be standing across the ring when he does. This attack wasn't random. It was strategic. It was necessary from WWE's perspective to reset a narrative that went off the rails when Bronson Reed got injured. But it's also opened the door for something bigger, a mystery that could define the next several months of WWE programming. A mystery that connects Jacob Fatu's attack from October to Jey's attack tonight. A mystery that might culminate in the biggest reveal of the year.
So that's the real reason Jey Uso was attacked backstage on SmackDown. Not because of who swung the weapon or threw the punch, but because WWE needed to course-correct their Elimination Chamber plans and create a story that would have everyone talking. And you know what? It worked. We're all talking about it, we're all speculating, we're all invested. And that's exactly what they wanted. If you've made it this far, you're clearly as obsessed with this as we are, and that means you belong in the WrestleCore family. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep unraveling these mysteries together. Drop your theory in the comments. Who do you think attacked Jey Uso? Who attacked Jacob Fatu? And how does this all connect to Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania 42? We read every single comment, and your theories might just make it into our next video. The drama is just beginning, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single moment of what comes next.